I'm on a quest to read every Star Wars novel ever written, because I'm hoping that one of them will contain a golden ticket that'll put me in charge of Lucasfilm. Day one, we're making the holiday special too. Today we'll be taking a look at Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray. Set about 8 years before The Phantom Menace, this book features Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, whose Master and Padawan relationship is looking rocky. The two just can't seem to get on the same page, and when Qui-Gon is offered a spot on the Jedi High Council, both of them must think very hard about their relationship, what it means to them, and whether they want it to continue or not. This book is among my favorites as far as the standard Jedi adventure goes. While Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are on a mission to a planet called Pijal, Gray uses the opportunity to deconstruct and analyze their relationship, as well as the relationships of people adjacent to them, such as Qui-Gon's relationship with Count Dooku. Establishing young Obi-Wan Kenobi as the brash, hot-headed Padawan he is in this is a lot of fun, and it gives another trait to contrast against Qui-Gon's more stoic and calm demeanor. It also gives an interesting insight into why the High Council thought that Obi-Wan will make a good master for Anakin despite his inexperience. The two are a lot more alike than you might realize if you only watch the movies, and it makes sense that Obi-Wan might know how to coach Anakin away from some of his more rebellious tendencies. I also really like the new characters that were introduced in this, most significantly Rael Averross, another Padawan of Count Dooku's before he trained Qui-Gon. He's sort of an older brother to Qui-Gon, and somehow he's the laid-back rule-breaker of the two, which is a huge red flag. If Qui-Gon Jinn is too much of a stickler for the rules for you, then you have to get it together, Rael. Legitimately though, Rael is a lot of fun, and he adds a lot to both Qui-Gon and Dooku's personalities by this new person who is so important to both of them. Dooku in particular gets a lot of development through a couple of flashback scenes in this, mostly focusing on training Qui-Gon and his particular attention to Jedi prophecies. That's something else that this book focuses on a lot, is the Chosen One prophecy and a couple of other assorted, more minor prophecies that the Jedi have handed down for years. I've never been a big fan of the Chosen One thing, or really any prophecies in Star Wars. I mean, always in motion the future is, right? Well, evidently not so much in motion that you can't accurately predict that an asthmatic robot will throw some guy down an elevator shaft. But I digress. Since prophecies already exist, it doesn't do any more damage to add more of them. And while none of these are quite as significant as Anakin's, there are some interesting little references and nods, both to existing Star Wars stories, and ones that I still don't think have come out yet, despite this being a fairly old book at this point. Lastly, I want to mention that they threw me a bone and included a cute romantic subplot between two characters who are very charming and fun, and I like them a lot. But I want to call out Claudia Gray, because this is one of two instances where she spends the whole book setting up a very charming romantic pair, clearly has them go through the steps of getting together, and then doesn't actually finish the subplot. They don't get together, there's just the implication that they might down the line, and that's unacceptable to me. I mean, damn, Claudia, is it just too much to have them kiss, hold hands, tell each other how much they hate sand, anything? Anyways, despite that, this book is easily one of my favorites of the new canon. I strongly recommend it to anyone who likes either of these two characters, or if you just want a fun Jedi adventure. 8 out of 10.